सो हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज हम पढ़ेंगे चैप्टर 7 स्ट्रक्चरल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन एनिमल्स। ये ओल्ड एनसीईआरटी पीडीएफ से है एंड इसमें हम पढ़ेंगे एनिमल टिश्यूज, ऑर्गन एंड ऑर्गन सिस्टम, अर्थवर्म, कॉकरोच एंड फ्रॉग्स। सो शुरू करते हैं। In the preceding chapters, you came across a large variety of organisms, both unicellular and multicellular, of the animal kingdom. In unicellular organisms, all functions like digestion, respiration, reproduction are performed by a single cell. In the complex body of multicellular animals, the basic functions are carried out by different organs of cells in a well-organized manner. The body of a simple organism like Hydra is made up of different types of cells, and the number of cells in each type can be in thousand. The human body is composed of billions of types and can be in thousand. Human body is composed of billions of cells to perform various functions. How do these cells in the body work together? In multicellular organism, a group of assimilar cells along with intercellular substances perform a specific function. Such an organism is called a tissue. You may be surprised to know that all complex animals consist of only 4 basic types of tissue. These tissues can be organized in specific proportion and pattern to form an organ like stomach, lung, heart, and kidney. When 2 or more organs perform a common function by their physical and or chemical interaction, etc., cells interaction, they together form organ system. That is system, respiratory system. Cell, tissue, organs, and organ system split up the work in a way that exhibit division of labor and contribute to the survival of the body as a whole. Animal tissues. The structure of cells vary according to their function. Therefore, the tissues are different and are broadly classified into 4 types. First is epithelial, second is connective, third is muscular, and fourth is neural. What is epithelial tissue? We commonly refer to an epithelial tissue as epithelium, plural epithelia. This tissue has a free surface which face either a body fluid or the outer environment and thus provide a covering or a lining for some part of the body. The cells are compactly packed with little intracellular matrix. There are 2 types of epithelial tissues, namely simple and compound. Simple epithelium is composed of single layer of cells and function as a lining for body cavities, ducts and tubes. The compound epithelium consists of 2 or more cell layers and has protective function as it does in our skin. On the basis of structural modification of cells, simple epithelium is further divided into 3 types. First, these are squamous, cuboidal and columnar. You can see the diagram. Squamous, A, cuboidal, B, बिल्कुल very thin, cuboidal. Columnar is C, columns like, and D is columnar cells bearing cilia. You can see this. The squamous epithelium is made of single thin layer of flattened cells with irregular boundaries. They are found in the walls of blood vessels and air sacs of lungs and are involved in function like forming a diffusion boundary. The cuboidal epithelium is composed of single layer of cube-like cells. This is commonly found in ducts of glands and tubular parts of nephron in kidneys, and its main functions are secretion and absorption. The epithelium of proximal coveted tubule (PCT) of nephron in the kidney has microvilli. So squamous epithelium single layer की बनी होती है, irregular boundaries होती है. जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं, कहीं से मोटी है, कहीं से पतली है. कहाँ पाई जाती है? Blood vessels and air sacs of lungs. This is important. Blood vessel and air sacs of lung involved in function like forming a diffusion boundary. Okay. The cuboidal epithelium is composed single layer of cube like cells. This ये भी single layer है लेकिन cube like है, cubes बने हुए हैं. This is commonly found in ducts of glands and tubular parts of nephron and kidneys, and its main function are secretion and absorption. The epithelium secretion absorption इसका काम होता है. इसका मेन काम क्या है? Ducts of glands से पाई जाती है tubular parts of nephrons and kidneys. Okay, nephrons and kidneys. The epithelium of proximal coveted PCT of nephron in the kidney has microvilli. The columnar epithelium is composed single layer of tall and slender cells. Their nuclei are located at the base. Free surface may have microvilli. Columnar, this one. Okay, columns बने हुए, जैसे हमारे घर में columns बने रहते हैं ना, उनके ऊपर हम छत का बेस रखते हैं. Their nuclei are located at the base. Free surface में है microvilli. They are found in the lining of stomach, intestine, and help in secretion and absorption. If the columnar or cuboidal cells, bear cilia on their free surface, they are ciliated epithelium, जैसा हम यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं. Okay. Their function is to move particles of mucus in specific direction over the epithelia. They are mainly present in the inner surface of hollow organs like bronchioles and fallopian tube. क्योंकि उनको डायरेक्शन चाहिए होता है तो fallopian tubes और bronchioles से present होती हैं. Some of the columnar or cuboidal sacs get specialized for secretion and are called granular epithelium. They are mainly composed of two types: unicellular, consisting of isolated granular cells, goblet cells हो गया alimentary canal का, and multicellular consists of cluster of cells, salivary gland. As you can see in the diagram, granular epithelium है, unicellular, multicellular. ठीक है, तो अगर goblet cells है alimentary canal के तो उधर है granular epithelium, और multicellular है तो salivary gland. On the basis of mode of pouring of their secretions, glands are divided into two categories, namely exocrine and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands secrete mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk, digestive enzymes, and other cell products. These products are released through ducts or tubes. In contrast, endocrine glands do not have duct. किसकी duct नहीं होती है? एंडोक्राइन का. इसे याद कैसे रखेंगे? एक्सोक्राइन यानी एग्जिट हो गया एकदम से ही. ठीक है, एंड एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स डू नॉट हैव डक्ट्स. एंडो डी फॉर डक्टलेस. Their products called hormones are secreted directly into the blood, bathing the gland. Compound epithelium, as you can see the diagram, is made up of more than one layer, multi-layered of cell, and thus has a limited role in secretion and absorption. Their main function is to provide protection against chemical and mechanical stresses. They cover the dry surface of the skin, the moist surface of buccal cavity, pharynx, inner lining of ducts of salivary glands, and of pancreatic ducts. Multi-layered cells, compound epithelium, as you can see, हमारे skin पे present होते हैं. All cells in epithelium are held together with little intracellular material. In nearly all animal tissue, specialized junctions provide both structural and functional links between its individual cells. 3 types of cell junctions are found in the epithelium and other tissues. These are called as tight, adhering, and gap junctions. Tight junction help to stop substances from leaking across a tissue. Adhering junctions perform cementing to keep neighboring cells together. Gap junction facilitate the cells to communicate with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cells for rapid transfer of ions, small molecules, and sometimes big molecules. Connective tissue. Connective tissues are most abundant and widely distributed in the body of complex animals. They are named connective because of their special function of linking and supporting other tissues or organs of the body. They range from soft to specialized types, which include cartilage, bone, adipose, and blood. In all connective tissues except blood, the cells secrete fibers of structural proteins called collagen or elastin. The fibers provide strength, elasticity, and flexibility to the tissue. These cells also secrete modified polysaccharides, which accumulate between cells and fibers and act as matrix, ground substance. Connective tissues are classified into three types: loose, dense, and specialized. As you can see in the diagram, in loose connective tissue, areolar tissue, adipose tissue. या मैक्रोफेज है, या फाइब्रोब्लास्ट है, कोलाजन है फाइबर्स, या फैट स्टोरेज है, न्यूक्लियस है, प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन है. Loose connective tissues has cells and fibers loosely arranged in a semi-fluid ground substance. For example, areolar tissue present beneath the skin. Often it serves as a support framework for epithelium. It contains fibroblasts, cells that produce and secrete fibers, macrophages, and mast cells. Adipose tissue is another type of loose connective tissue located mainly beneath the skin. The cells of this tissue are specialized to store fats. The excess of nutrients which are not used immediately are converted into fats and are stored in this tissue. Fibers and fibroblasts are compactly arranged in a dense connective tissue. Orientation of fibers show regular or irregular pattern and are called dense regular and dense irregular tissues. In the dense regular connective tissues, the collagen fibers are present in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. Tendons which attach skeletal muscles to bones and ligaments which attach one bone to another are examples of this tissue. Dense irregular connective tissue has fibroblasts and many fibers, mostly collagen, that are oriented differently. This tissue is present in the skin, cartilage, blood, and bones are various types of specialized connective tissue. As you can see in the diagram, dense connective tissue, dense regular, dense irregular. The intercellular material of cartilage is solid and pliable and resists compression. Cells of this tissue, chondrocytes, are enclosed in small cavities within the matrix secreted by them. Most of the cartilage's invertebrate embryos are replaced by bones in adults. Cartilage is present in the tip of nose, outer ear joints, between adjacent bones of the vertebral column, limbs, and hands in adults. Bones have a hard and non-pliable ground substance rich in calcium salts and collagen fibers, which give bone its strength. It is the main tissue that provides structural framework to the body. Bones support and protect softer tissues and organs. The bone cells, osteocytes, are present in the spaces called lasunia. Limb bones, such as the long bones of the legs, serve weight-bearing function. They also interact with skeletal muscles attached to them to bring about movement. The bone marrow in some bones is a site of production of blood cells. As you can see in the diagram, specialized connective tissue, cartilage, bone, and blood. They are called specialized connective tissue. Blood is a fluid connective tissue containing plasma, RBC and WBC, and platelets. It is the main circulating fluid that helps in the transport of various substances. You will learn more about it in chapter 17 and 18. Muscle tissue. Each muscle is made up of very many long cylindrical fibers arranged in parallel arrays. These muscles are composed of numerous fine fibrils called myofibrils. Muscle fibers contract, shorten in response to stimulation, then relax and return to their uncontracted state in a coordinated manner. Muscle fibers contract, shorten in response to stimulation, then relax, lengthen, and return to their uncontracted state in a coordinated fashion. Their action moves to the body to adjust to the changes in the environment and to maintain the position of the various parts of the body. In general, muscles play an active role in all the movements of the body. Muscles are of three types: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Skeletal muscles closely associated with skeletal bones. In typical muscles such as bicep, striated skeletal muscle fibers are bundled together in a parallel fashion. A sheath of tough connective tissues encloses several bundles of muscle fiber. Skeletal, striated muscles, striation, nucleus, smooth muscle tissue, as you can see, and cardiac muscle tissue or heart, junction between adjacent cells, striation. The smooth muscle fibers deposit potent, fusiform, and do not show striations. Cell junctions hold them together and they are bundled together in a connective tissue sheath. The wall of internal organs such as blood vessels, stomach, and intestine contain this type of muscle tissue. Smooth muscles are involuntary as their functioning cannot be directly controlled. We usually are not able to make it contract merely by thinking about it as we can do with skeletal muscles. Cardiac muscles are contractile tissue present only in the heart. Cell junctions fuse the plasma membrane of cardiac muscle cells and make them stick together. Communication junction, intercalated discs at some fusion points, allow the cells to contract as a unit. That is, when one cell receives a signal to contract, its neighbors are also stimulated to contract. Neural tissue. Neural tissue exerts the greatest control of the body responsiveness to changing conditions. Neurons, the unit of neural system, are excitable cells. The neuroglial cells, which constitute the rest of the neural system, protect and support neurons. Neuroglia make more than one-half the volume of neural tissue in our body. When a neuron is suitably stimulated, an electrical disturbance is generated which swiftly travels along its plasma membrane. Arrival of the disturbance at the neurous ending or output zone triggers events that may cause stimulation or inhibition of adjacent neurons and other cells. Organ system. The basic tissue mentioned above organize to form organs, which in turn associate to form organ system in the multicellular organisms. Such an organization is essential for more efficient and better coordinated activities of millions of cells constituting an organism. Each organ in our body is made up of one or more type of tissues. For example, our heart consists of all the four type of tissues: epithelial, connective, muscular, and neural. We also notice after some careful study that the complexity in an organ system displays certain discernible trend. This discernible trend is called evolutionary trend. You are being introduced to morphology and anatomy of three organisms at different evolutionary levels to show their organization and functioning. Morphology refers to study of form or externally visible features. In the case of plants or microbes, the term morphology precisely means only this. In case of animals, this refers to the external appearance of the organs or parts of the body. The word anatomy conventionally is used for the study of morphology of internal organs in the animals. Let's learn about morphology of earthworm. Earthworm is a reddish-brown terrestrial invertebrate that inhabits the upper layer of the moist soil. During daytime, they live in burrows made by boring and soiling the soil. In the garden, they can be traced by the fecal deposit known as worm castings. The common Indian earthworms, Pharetima and Lumbricus. Morphology. Earthworms that have long cylindrical body. The body is divided into more than 100 short segments which are similar metamers, about 100 to 120 in number. The dorsal surface of the body is marked by a dark median mid-dorsal line, dorsal blood vessel along the longitudinal axis of the body. The ventral surface is distinguished by the presence of genital opening pores. Anterior end consists of the mouth and the prostomium. A lobe will serve as a covering for the mouth and as a wedge to force open cracks in the soil into which the earthworm may crawl. The prostomium is sensory in function. The first body segment is called peristomium, buccal segment, which contains the mouth. In mature worm, segment 14 to 16 are covered by a prominent dark band of granular tissue called clitellum. Thus, the body is divisible into three prominent regions: pre-clitoral, clitoral, and post-clitoral segments. Four pairs of spermatical apertures are situated on the dorsolateral side of the intersegmental grooves, that is 5 to 9 segments. A single female genital pore is present in the mid-ventral line of 40th segment. A pair of male genital pores are present on the ventrolateral sides of the 18th segment. Numerous minute pores called nephridiopores open on the surface of the body in each body segment except the first, last, and steatellum. There are rows of S-shaped setae embedded in the epidermal bits in the middle of each segment. Setae can be extended or retracted. Their principal role is in locomotion. As you can see the diagram, body earthworm, dorsal, ventral view and lateral view showing mouth opening. These are steatellum, these are prostomium, mouth opening. It does metamers, this is anus. These are peristomium, ring of setae, female genital aperture, genital papillae, male genital aperture, transfer grooves or annuli. Anatomy. The body wall of the earthworm is covered externally by a thin non-collar cuticle below which is the epidermis. Two muscle layers, circular, longitudinal, and innermost columnic epithelium. Epidermis made of single layer of columnar epithelial cells which contain secretly gland cells. Alimentary canal is straight tube and runs between first to last segment of the body. A terminal mouth opens into the buccal cavity, 1 to 3 segment, which leads into muscular pharynx. A small narrow tube, esophagus, 5 to 7 segment, contains into a muscle gizzard, 8 to 9 segments. It helps in grinding the soil particles and decaying leaves, etc. The stomach extends from 9 to 14 segments. The food of the earthworm is decaying leaves and organic matter mixed with soil. Calciferous glands present in the stomach neutralize the humic acid present in humus. Intestines start from the 15th segment onwards and continues till the last segment. A pair of short and conical intestine cassia project from the intestine on the 26th segment. The characteristic feature of the intestine after 26th segment, except the last 23rd to 25th segment, is the presence of internal median folds of dorsal wall called typhlosole. This increases the effective area of absorption in the intestine. The alimentary canal open to the exterior by small rounded aperture called anus. The ingested organic rich soil passes through the digestive tract where digestive enzymes break down complex food into smaller absorbable units. These simpler molecules are absorbed through intestine membranes and are utilized. Parenchyma exhibit a closed type of blood vascular system consisting of blood vessels, capillary and heart. Due to closed circulatory system, blood is confined to the heart and blood vessels. Contractions keep blood circulating in one direction. Smaller blood vessels supply the gut, nerve cord, and the body wall. Blood gains are present on the 4th, 5th, and 6th segment. They produce blood cells and hemoglobin, which is dissolved in blood plasma. Blood cells are phagocytic in nature. Earthworm lack specialized breathing devices. Respiratory organs occur through moist body surface into their bloodstream. The excretory organs occur as segmentally arranged cuboidal coiled tubules called nephridia. They are of 3 types: septal, present on both the sides of intersegmental septa of segment 15 to the last that open into intestine. Second, integumentary nephridia attached to the lining of the blood wall of the segment 3 to the last that open on the body surface. And third, pharyngeal nephridia present as 3 paired tuft in the 4th, 5th, and 6th segment. These different types of nephridia are basically similar in structure. Nephridia regulate the volume and composition of the body fluids. A nephridium starts out as a funnel that collects excess fluid from coelomic chamber. The funnel connects with tubular part of the nephridium, which delivers the wastes through pore to the surface and the body wall into the digestive system. Nervous system is basically represented by ganglia arranged segment-wise on the ventral paired nerve cord. The nerve cord in the anterior region, 3rd and 4th segment, bifurcates laterally encircling the pharynx and join the cerebellar ganglia dorsally to form a nerve ring. The cerebellar ganglia, along with other nerves in the ring, integrate sensory input as well as command muscular response in the body. Sensory system do not have eyes but does possess light and touch sensitive organ receptor cells.